Today we're exploring the red centre of Australia, and that begins when we arrive late afternoon at Uluru, just in time for sunset. Something like 4 hours out of Alice Springs, you get to Uluru, and oh my god, I'm so happy we're at Uluru. First time seeing it, it's incredible. And van life is the best, because we can just sit in the van and look at Uluru. We made it to Uluru. It's a little cloudy, but I'm hoping we'll still get a sunset shot. We're going to hang about and find out. I feel we're living our best life right now. Pro tip, if you come for the sunset Uluru, bring food. It makes it so much better. Don't like the look of the clouds. There's rain coming. I'm not sure if we're going to get a sunset. Sunset was a washout, so we pulled the pin and returned to camp. Next morning, we were up early to explore Uluru. So we're at Uluru, and today we've decided to do a little bit of a walk around some of the base of the rock. And of course, Uluru is sacred to the Ananya people, the local traditional people. So there's no climbing on it, okay? It's an important sacred site. Needless to say, it's a really impressive rock. And the closer you get to it, the larger it becomes. And you can feel why this is a special place. In the heart, in the dead centre of Australia. So maybe I'll just stop talking and just show you, and maybe hopefully you get a little bit of a feel for the power and the beauty of Uluru. Like, nobody talks about the flies in Central Australia, but they're everywhere. Oh, get off, get off, get off. You know why Australians, you know why Australians, they talk like this, mate. You know why they talk like this? So they don't catch any flies in their mouth. That's why. The next night we tried again for sunset, this time with canopies and champagne.
We have the special directories. I feel like I shouldn't take anything else's next.
See, only two left for you to clear about. Doesn't look as if I would help you. Only because it helps you.
Well, the clouds have thwarted us 2 days in a row. That doesn't matter, we get to drink champagne and eat fancy food and look out over Uluru. So I'm okay with that. And as dark descended, the colourful field of lights came alive. A 3-day pass to Uluru costs $38 per person, and that includes entry to nearby Kata Tjuta, where we went the next day. Today we're going to do a little bit of the Valley of the Winds walk. It's about a 4-hour walk, but I don't think we're going to do all of that. It's called Valley of the Wind. I think I'm understanding why. It's getting pretty windy already. Whisper this just quietly, but I think this is more beautiful than Uluru. It's spectacular. We've been on some pretty amazing hikes over the last couple of months, but this is seriously beautiful. I think it's right up there as my favorite. Wow. Later the next day, we arrived in the Kings Canyon area, we took a short walk at Kathleen Springs, saving the larger rim walk for the following day. With two hands. Good. Oh my God, I need one of those nets. Head net or something. This is part of the same gorge system that becomes Kings Canyon. This is just about 16-20 k's further up the road, where the gorge is not all that deep. But it's the same system, it just keeps going and going and becomes the spectacular Kings Canyon. Now you can't swim at this waterhole because the Machajara people believe a rainbow serpent that created all this area here lives in that waterhole and is the guardian and keeps it fresh and clean. And if you jump in there and start swimming, you're going to anger the rainbow serpent. So let's just admire it instead. Today we've come to Kings Canyon and we're going to do the famous rim walk, which is a 6-kilometer walk up to the top of the canyon and around, and looking forward to this hike. It's a good day, not too hot, still too many flies, but the 6-kilometer canyon rim walk loop should be awesome. Oh my God, I've just seen how the walk starts and I'm understanding why they call it Heartbreak Hill. Oh my goodness. Now I believe this is actually the hardest part of the walk. Once you get to the top, it's not too bad. The sound you can hear probably in the background, helicopters, because that's an easier way to see the canyon. Hire a helicopter for 20 minutes for hundreds of dollars. Those steps climb, I think it's about 350 meters, practically straight up. But once you get up near the top, it's supposed to be quite an easy stroll, and you get rewarded with some pretty awesome sights like this. Okay, at the top, that actually wasn't too bad. Just stop and have a rest a couple of times and you'll be fine. Nature is amazing. If you can, get out amongst it. It'll do you the world of good. If for some reason you can't, it's okay, I'll bring it to you. These rocks behind me were actually once sand dunes that have been compressed and compressed over something like 400 million years until they become hard as rock. And this place has its own little microclimate where you find things like palm trees growing in the middle of a desert. This species of plant has survived here since the time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Big noisy tour group just arrived. Trying to get ahead of them if I can. That's the trouble with YouTubing. I'm stopping all the time to take videos and photos. And eventually the tour group catches up with me. So I've got to try and get ahead because they're really noisy. Why do people come to beautiful places and yell and scream and make lots of noise? Don't know. Don't understand. Sheer cliffs, not my favourite. 300-metre drop. Looks spectacular and the colours of the rock are beautiful. All these ancient beehive or dome-shaped rock formations are actually ancient sand dunes from something like 400 million years ago. So the sand has just compressed over all that time into this rock, and gee, this rock has beautiful colour. I don't know what all the fuss is about, they're just rocks. And they're old too, they're not even fresh. Kings Canyon is beautiful, but there's a constant buzz of helicopters coming over for sightseeing and sometimes big tour groups who are noisy. So maybe, yes, it's worth seeing, definitely, but maybe set out early before all the crowds if you really want to enjoy this beautiful place in the peace and the quiet that it deserves. Central Australia has some spectacular landscapes filled with rugged beauty, and I really urge you to come to Central Australia. I've really enjoyed my time in Alice Springs and Uluru, and now here at Kings Canyon. Definitely worth coming. I'll see you in the next video. Oh my God. Who would have thought we'd come to the Gibson Desert and it's raining? What the? This way, I don't know. About 40 minutes drive away from Uluru is Kata Tjuta. I knew I'd stuff it up. We stopped at Kathleen Springs just for a little walk. The flies are incredible.